Hello, hello, hello. I'm back and Tyler Turner is joining today for this fan Q&A episode number 4. This will be the last one because once preseason and season starts, these guys got better stuff to do than spend a half hour with me. So, Tyler, say hello.
How you doing, guys? Nice to meet you, or listening, taking part.
Yeah,
Nice to
great.
be here.
Oh, yep. So we'll go same format as the last 3 question and answers. So Tyler, my first question is, what kind of food do you like?
Food. I range from all over the place, but I've actually been on a kick for Caribbean food, like jerk chicken, oxtail and stuff. But can't eat too much off preseason or off season because gonna gain about 10 pounds going into preseason.
And what kind of music do you listen to?
There I bounce around as well. Just like my food, I actually been eat Caribbean, been listening to Caribbean too. So that's been my kick so far. But other than that, it's usually hip hop, some country here and there. But yeah, truly hip hop.
You've been listening to dancehall. You like Vibes Cartel?
Vibes Cartel, Beanie Man, Elephant Man. Yeah, all of them. I love them all.
Okay. And do you have a pregame ritual? Oh.
Game days are usually for me like kind of like a semi off day in the morning. So just on the Xbox all morning, playing, eat breakfast, and that's pretty much it until the games.
And then what about in the locker room? Like, right.
Yeah, so before in the locker room, I usually like to like keep it light. Me and Harrison and some other guys usually play like a little soccer tennis before just to get touches on the ball and just to lighten the mood up, joke around a little bit so you're not so nervous and antsy for the game.
All right. And is there any reason that you wear number 2?
Actually, just growing up, I've always been number 2. It's been my favorite number, no matter basketball, baseball. Just never even got to pick sometimes. I just always got the number 2 because I was the smallest guy in the field. So I just number 2 stayed at me for a long time.
All right. And you just said you played like basketball and baseball and other sports growing up. Is there another sport that you watch or follow more so than just soccer?
Soccer takes up a lot of time. I like to catch a few NBA games here and there. I like them in live better than watching them on TV. But my soccer pretty much takes up a lot of time.
And do you have a club that you support outside of Orlando City?
I do. Arsenal.
My man, I'm an Arsenal fan too.
Yeah. The Gunners.
You think we'll beat Chelsea this weekend?
For sure. Stay top of the table.
And who's your favorite player on Arsenal?
Currently or in the past?
Either or.
I like Francis Coquelin. I do like Alexis Sanchez. My favorite all-time Arsenal player, though, is Thierry Henry. Yeah.
And then is there anybody that you model your game after?
I do watch a lot of right backs like Daniel Alves or even left backs like Marcelo and all that. Obviously, some of the best in the world. Just try to feed off their game a little bit and apply it to mine. But honestly, at the end of the day, it's how I grew up playing and how I try to play, and it got me to Orlando so far, which for me is one of the greatest clubs in the world right now. So I just try to do my own thing and just do what the coaches like.
And have you always been a right back, or did you move around growing up?
Moved all over the field from forward to defensive mid to center back to outside mid, now to right back. I've been all over except keeper so far, so you never know the season.
And did you like growing up? Was there somewhere you liked to play more, or were you just like I'm good at right back? That's why you stayed there, or how did you transition into becoming a full-time right back? I guess is my question.
Yeah, I mean, as long as I was on the field, I was happy. But once I got to Orlando, they actually transitioned me into a right back, which was 2 years ago now. They were like, you are a good center back, but you're not the biggest in the field, so we want to try you out here. And that gave me the ability to attack, so I like that position. And they said I was good there, so just took off from there.
Okay. And so
Yeah.
you consider that you're going to stay there, or you maybe would move up to a wing if you had the opportunity because you like to attack, or what?
Yeah, I mean, I'm all open to suggestions and ideas. I mean, I love to attack. I think everyone does, but I have my position here at right back, and I have a role in the team, and I just want to play the role and help the team out for wins.
And when I had Harrison and Tommy on before you, and they both said that they just wanted to play minutes. They didn't care if they were on the first team. They didn't care if they were on OCB. So what's your feeling about that, and maybe your expectations going into the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think with Orlando bringing back a USL team, there's a lot of legacy and a lot of history with it. So for the players, if they're not playing in the MLS team and they're in the OCB team, they have a lot of tradition to carry and a lot of high expectations, which we need to follow through with. So whether I'm on the first team on the bench or playing, or with OCB on the bench or playing, I'm still going to give them 100%, try to be the best teammate. But like both of them said, it's for games and for minutes, and I'll be very excited just to be able to have another opportunity to play a lot, and either where it's with the first team or second team.
And do you have a best friend on the team?
My roommate, Harrison.
Okay, he said too. And so when he was on, I don't know if you watched the interview or not, but he claimed that him and Luke Bowden team up against you in two-touch. So you want to take his chance to defend yourself there, or if you just get teamed up on it, you want to concede that's.
Yeah, I mean, I'll concede that they do team up on me, but I've never conceded that they win. I mean, they try to team up and they try to win, but it never happens. As I said, you can't teach greatness; it just comes to you. As me and Kaká say.
and so that you just kind of answered my next question. Have you ever lost to Luke Bowden in two-touch? Because I went, what started all this is I had Jamie and Dennis on, and they say that Luke Bowden doesn't ever accept a loss in two-touch. So what's your thoughts on that?
He doesn't. I would say I beat him, but in his words, I would never beat him because the game's not over until he wins, per se. Like, you'll get to the score, and he'll say, oh, no, you only have 8, and he'll get to 9 quicker than you can count.
Okay, so general consensus. I hope he comes on here one day and tries to defend himself. And that's all I have. So we'll jump into some fan questions. The first one is from Chris Dustin on Twitter, and he wants to know, as the MLS homegrown game did. Oh, and he's talking about how you met Landon Donovan as a kid.
Yeah.
So can you talk about that?
No, when I was with South Central Premier, my old club, we walked actually the national team out, Landon Donovan and national team against Trinidad and Tobago, and that's the first time I met him. I walked out with him and all that, and it was actually a great experience. And just be able to be coached by him after was like a shocker, like an eye opener, saying like, "Well, I saw this guy in his prime. I walked him out, and now he's helping me try to become the best when I'm hitting my prime." So it's just kind of like a flashback and then reality hitting at once.
Do you still reach out to Landon and does he kind of mentor you in any way?
Yeah, he's a great guy. I think he mentors a lot of the kids that he met. Actually, I mean, now that he's done playing, he's just trying to let the game progress in the United States and have U.S. soccer progress even more. And I just feel like he was there for me, and I actually asked him for advice during last season and all that, and he helped me out. And he's always trying to put his foot in and help kids whenever they need it. So he's a great mentor and a great guy to go up to and just ask for advice. And I mean, one of the greatest players to ever play for the U.S. national team.
And what's the best advice you've received from him to date?
Honestly, for me, the best advice was in the Chipotle game when he said, just go out and have fun. We play this game to have fun. There's no reason to be nervous. You're here because you're good, so just go and play. And that stuck with me hard, that we're all here for a reason, so just go out and play and have your game.
All right. And Fixture Wire from Twitter wants to know, when you were just realizing that soccer was going to be your career, what was your dream in terms of where would you see yourself playing and at what level?
Yeah, I mean, it was a dream. I mean, it kind of turned to reality so quick. So for me, I guess that dreaming where I want to be is still going on, kind of. Like, obviously my ultimate dream is to go overseas one day and play for Arsenal, my favorite team in the world. But it's just still an ongoing process. You never know where you can end up. You never know when your last game or last practice is going to be. So it's kind of just taking it day by day now. I'm at Orlando, and I want to do well for Orlando. I want to have a great year, and hopefully we can make playoffs for both teams and win. So that's the ultimate goal right now. So that's where my dreams are taking me, playoffs.
All right. And his second question is, what is it like being a professional soccer player when most of the fans still look at you as a young adult, and are there struggles or opportunities in that reality?
I mean, yeah, there's some struggles, but there's also a lot of sympathy too, in a way, because like you said, we are young adults still, and we're me, Harrison, Tommy, Connor, Donovan, Kyle McFadden, all of us are still coming up as a really young player. So we still have a lot to learn, a lot to progress. But I still feel like with the caliber of players we have around us that we learn and soak in, we should hold ourselves at a higher standards, just like the fans do, because they only expect wins, they expect greatness from us because of the tradition we held before the MLS. So I feel this year and all that, we're gonna do better than we did last year, and we're gonna progress. So for me as a young pro, it's just pretty much soaking as much information, even though people are sympathetic to you. I'm trying to go out there and just be held accountable just as the rest of the players are.
All right. And Mauricio Rivas from Twitter, handle at Mr. Wolf Park, wants to know, would you be open to going on loan somewhere if it was outside of Orlando, just so you could get minutes?
Yeah, that thought's always in my head because I want to play games. I'm young and I always want to learn and progress. But now with Orlando having the USL team, I don't think it's a main concern for me to go anywhere to get minutes. I think I'll get minutes in Orlando no matter where I am, and I'll thrive. And the coaches will help me all the way from the first team down to the USL or even academy if I need help. They'll all help me, and we're all a whole big unit family. Even the fans come and help us. So in the end of the day, it's just a whole big family. So we're gonna thrive here, and I'm gonna have minutes here.
All right. And Taylor Williams, he's the UK OCSC blogger guy.
Okay.
He wants to know, what are your 3 goals for the 2016 campaign?
3 goals: get minutes, make playoffs, and win a championship. That's what we want.
All right. That's a pretty simply stated, but very well put. All right. Last Twitter question, and then I got a couple Facebooks after this one.
Okay.
Nicholas Younger wants to know, hold on, I got to go to it. My bad. He says he wants to know, how is the locker room handling all the front office shuffling?
To be honest, that's not our job. For me, that's how I take it. It's not my job to worry about who's in charge and all that. I have respect for the front office and the owners and the coaches and all that, but my job is primarily on the field. What I do on the field reflects on the whole club. So if we get wins, it reflects positively, and everyone's in high spirits. So we just stick to what's on the field, and we let everything else run its course.
All right. First question from Facebook. Matt Warren wants to know, who do you want to win the Super Bowl?
Super Bowl. I want the Oakland Raiders, but they're out now. So, being a New England native, I guess I'm going to have to say New England, but I know I'm going to get crazy text messages from my aunt now because she's anti-New England. So I'm just waiting for that now.
All right. And then I got 2 more from Facebook, but they're multi-part questions.
Okay.
And they're from people who are like really big fans of the channel.
Yep.
And they always participate and stuff. So I gotta get their questions in there, and
no worries.
and then we'll be done.
Okay.
I already hit Ryan Kirchy's first one. Who do you emulate at your position? Okay. Okay, he wants to know, does the coaching staff give you advice on what to work on through the off season?
Yes, they're always open. Their office doors are always open for any questions or suggestions you might have that they might want to listen to or anything. So for me, the coaches told me what I need to work on in the off season, primarily for everyone is staying in shape. You never want to go back home and just blow up and then come back in and not be able to move. So, that's number one. Then everyone has their own individual stuff they always work on throughout the season and what they tell you to take home, kind of like as homework or like a winter break homework project or something. So that's what we did, and what I did, and I know all the other guys around me did too, because they're all great pros. So that's what we had going for us. So yes, the coaches do give us stuff.
And his second question, you almost just answered it, but I didn't think it came out. He wanted to know what are some of the areas that you needed to personally improve on?
Me personally was being more confident. I feel more confident on the field and trusting in my game, and also a fitness level, because it's a next step from the USL, the MLS. It's so quick. It's 100% all the time. It's a very physical league. So I found that kind of hard to acclimate to, but that's what I worked on. Also crossing the ball, early crosses, getting the ball whipped in the box was something I worked on too in the off season. So hopefully my game now will show that I improved on it.
Yeah, I mean, did you get some tips from Luke Bowden on the crossing? I just saw his Soccer Smart video.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
saw
he
that
was talking
too.
about it.
He'll never let that go.
All right, and then his last Ryan's last question is, your attitude and aggression is a great asset to you and your game. How do you look to maintain the fierceness but avoid seeing future penalties?
Yeah, it's pretty much just with experience. I feel like I know I lost my head a little bit in the Seattle and game back then. And I hope to forget that and it never happens again. But knowing soccer and knowing just how we are, it probably will. But hopefully, I can go move past that. But it's pretty much for me, it's experience, learning how to adapt to situations. I mean, being an 18-year-old, 19-year-old going in front of 60,000 people away wasn't the easiest thing for me. I very nervous. I was kind of on my toes and yeah, I mean, it happened, but for me, it's just keep playing my game, and the aggression and the tackling and all that will come out. So I just need to play my game and keep calm, and everything will run its course.
And I asked them, and I didn't ask you when I was asking my questions. Do you have a favorite chant?
Yes, not probably appropriate to say because it has a curse word in it. That one, if anyone knows what it is, like when they say opposing team, can we hear Seattle sing? No, I can't hear a bleep thing.
Okay.
That's probably my favorite one.
All right. And then these questions are from Steve Raymond. And he wants to know, is it hard as a young professional soccer player to balance your social life?
Yeah, it's a great question. Everyone actually asks us that. How do you interact with kids your own age? Truth is, the teammates are the only interactions I get with kids my own age now. I mean, but it's a sacrifice you make. This was your dream and you want to make it. Now you have to live with the choices you make and you have to sacrifice a lot. Like I don't see my family maybe before I went home for the off season, I saw them once in 10 months. So, I mean, it's hard, but the sacrifices you make and the privileges you get out of it is way more worth it. So, yeah, it's hard to balance it, but at the end, you have a job and you signed up for it, so you need to do it, and you need to make the city proud.
And his next question is kind of a follow-up question on that. He wants to know, what kind of reaction do you receive when people ask you what your job is and they don't recognize that you're a pro soccer player?
Yeah, usually like, what do you play? And like, oh, I play soccer, and they usually think I'm talking about like a Boulevard Sunday thing, Sunday league thing, like, oh, he just plays for fun. But I usually just say like, wow, like you're young. I mean, just good luck to you, and you're really achieving goals. So just keep working hard. And whether either they play sports, or they don't, they know it's a great accomplishment for whatever age you sign pro at. So they just say, keep going, and we're going to chant for you and root for you. So I always appreciate the fans and people who say that and wish me luck.
All right, and he has two more questions. So the next one is, with international call-ups, does your calendar get overwhelming going city to city or even country to country?
Yeah, I mean, flying always takes a toll on your body, but in the end, I mean, you're playing for your country. Like, not many people in the world get to say, I played for my country. So, yeah, once you step on the field, all that goes out the window. I mean, after the game, once you win and your body feels like crap, you can always make the excuse, oh my God, I hate it. But during the game, you love it and you wouldn't want it any other way.
And you have a favorite tournament or favorite place that you've been when traveling for the USA?
Yeah, I would have to say France. I think France was my favorite place so far. And we were in Paris, so that was pretty nice. Yeah, that was the greatest one I had so far. There was a couple though out there, like I like Jamaica. Jamaica was pretty cool. Also, what was that? Croatia. That's the one. When I was U15 with the national team, went to Croatia. Croatia was pretty fun too. Croatia was really beautiful.
All right. And he wants to know, Steve's last question is, what is your biggest wow moment from USL and what was your biggest wow moment from MLS?
My biggest wow moment for USL was wow, that's hard. I would honestly have to say it was winning the regular championship, winning the regular league title. That was like first ever professional season, and we won. And it was a great group of guys. I love them, like brothers, still brothers. That was really fun. That was like, wow, like this is surreal. Like your first professional season, and it felt like a dream that you actually won. You know what I mean? It's like, wow. So that was, and then for MLS was probably, it's hard. I would have to think about that. There's a lot of ups and downs here and there, but I think, yeah, probably the Montreal game, my first ever game. We went down 2-0 and we came back to tie 2-2. So that was pretty surreal too. That was like a wow moment, saying like, okay, you could survive in this league. Like, you need to work on some stuff, but you can make it. And then having Kaká and all those other experienced guys, Luke Bowden, older experience, Lewis Neal, all of them coming over to me saying, good job, you did good, you done well, and all that was like really like a pat on the back and an eye opener.
All right, and is there anything that maybe you would want to tell the fans that they don't know about you right now?
Currently, hopefully, while we are winning games, I'll be getting my tour license for the PGA soon. I've been picking up golf here and there a little bit, so I'm an avid golfer now.
Can you beat Harrison?
Oh yeah, any day. We just played the other day when I got back last week, and I beat him.
And is that like a Luke Bowden style win, or is that like
that's an actual Tyler Turner win? Yeah.
Okay. I had to ask. I guess the definition of loose can get kind of.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I got nothing else for you, and those are all the fan questions. So I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you, letting me pepper you with questions from myself and from the fans. So if you just want to give everybody a last, thanks for the watch and whatever else.
No, I mean, thank you very much for having me on the show. It was greatly appreciated, and I hope to see all you fans out there for the first game and to continue to come and support us for the MLS, the Orlando Pride, and the OCSB. So just please come out there and help us out, and then hopefully we can get wins for you guys.
All right, guys, there you have it. Tyler Turner, question and answer, episode 4, last for the off season. Peace out.
Thank you, guys.